My name is Carolyn, and I talk to the spirit world. Travel with me to a dimension filled with love, light, and joyful surprises. Welcome to Carolyn's Psychic Playroom. Hi everybody, Carolyn Wilkins here with another fun-filled edition of Carolyn's Psychic Playroom. I hope you had a good month. I hope you're getting into the swing of things for the fall. September is always super busy, and I know some of us are putting children back to school. Some of us are going back to school ourselves. So I hope it's a good time for you. Busy but fruitful and productive. Did you know that there is a big full moon going on tomorrow? Friday the 13th, full moon. Woo! It's gonna be fun. And as I always say about the full moon, if you have plans and things that you are trying to grow and manifest in the next couple of weeks, the full moon is a great time to really see those things flower. There's a lot of energy in the full moon. Promises you make to yourself in the full moon with true conviction are going to come true within the next few weeks. That's my prediction. So as I said, I hope you're well. And speaking of big projects, I have a huge, big thing coming up. And I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about it because as you may know, I'm a psychic, I'm a medium, but I'm also a writer. I've written several mystery novels. I've actually been on a couple of programs on this very channel to talk about my different books. But now I want to talk about an exciting opportunity for my fellow writers to get some tips, to get some inspiration, to get yourself on track. If you have a writing project that you've been thinking about working on, I'm going to introduce you to two amazing ladies that are my guests today on the Playroom, and they're going to talk about how to get yourself in the flow and in the groove, and also talk about an exciting upcoming workshop that we have planned if you're interested. So here we go without further ado. Hi everybody, this is Carolyn Wilkins here, and I have as my guest on the Psychic Playroom today two very special ladies that are going to talk to you about inspiration and writing. And so without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and just introduce Julie Hennrikus. Say hello, Julie.
Hello, everyone. It's so great to be here, Carolyn.
And Liz Mugavero. Did I mess it up? I did.
It's Mugavero, but that's okay. Everyone does that. So
Awesome.
And thank you for having me. I love the name of the show, by the way.
Oh, well, thank you so much. So the people who watch the show, mostly what I have on the show are psychics, mediums, and people who talk about doing that kind of work. And I'm really excited to bring you two on, published authors of mysteries, who are going to talk a little bit about how the psychic aspect of life has informed your writing and informed your creativity. And then if you guys play grounders, will hang in until the end of the show, I have a very special announcement for you. So don't go anywhere. So, Julie, tell us a little bit, very quickly, about the kind of books you write. And I know you have a new one coming out.
I do indeed.
Just tell us a little tiny bit about what you do and the kind of books you do.
I write what is called cozy mysteries. They're traditional mysteries. There's not a lot of blood or guts. They are more of a puzzle mystery. They're about communities. They're about creating order out of chaos. And so I've written 3 different series, and my most recent series is the Garden Squad series. I write it as Julia Henry, and the most recent book is Telling the Truth, which is out August 27th.
Wow, how exciting.
It is.
Liz, tell the people a little bit about the kind of books you write.
Sure, I write the same kind of books as Julie, so cozy mysteries. And I actually have 3 series also under 2 different names. My Cat Cafe series is under the name Kate Conti. And I'm actually starting a new series. It will be out next fall, but it's about witches and crystals and all kinds of fun stuff. So I'm really excited about that. So right up your alley, Carol.
I was going to say it couldn't be a more perfect segue. So, in your writing work, now I'm going to turn to the topic of inspiration. I'm sure that there are many people who are watching this program who have thought about maybe writing a book. They say somewhere, I saw a statistic where it says that 85% of Americans feel that they have a book inside of them that they would like to bring out. And certainly as an author myself, every time I talk to someone about that I write books, they go, oh, I've always wanted to do that. So on the topic of inspiration, I'm going to very quickly go back to Julie. When you're feeling stuck or you're looking at that ever dreaded blank page, how do you summon your inspiration? And does it have any connection with a spiritual process in the broader definition of what we mean by spiritual? So, Julie, if you could speak to that just a little bit.
Sure, I'd be happy to. There's a wonderful writer named Stephen Pressfield who wrote a book called The Artist's Journey. And he talks about the muses and how the muses call to everyone, but artists are the ones who answer the call. And I completely believe in that. And I know that that's true for me. I've also worked in the performing arts for a lot of my career. And I know that there's something, when I'm writing, I couldn't tell you where the ideas come from. I couldn't tell you where Lily Jane, who's the protagonist of my newest series, came from, but she came and it's like she's with me and she tells me her stories and she's part of me. And I don't know what that is. I think that there could be somebody in my life who he reminds me of, or it's, the muses or whatever else. All I know is that I'm grateful. And I don't take it lightly. And I also do everything I can to make sure that that spiritual connection, because writing and making art is a spiritual journey, is always, I honor it. I'm always grateful for the muses coming to visit. I don't take it lightly.
Oh, that's fabulous. What about you, Liz? You've already mentioned witches, crystals, and all, many of my favorite subjects. Do muses visit you when you get stuck? How did you get the idea to do the witches book you're going to do?
Yeah, so I'm very woo-woo, so I do all kinds of things. I really started to figure out how to tap into my inspiration when I found The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron, like 13 years ago or so. And that sort of set me on a path. And now, when I'm stuck or when I need inspiration, I go to meditation. I use my crystals a lot. I am very woo-woo. I use a lot of essential oils for focus and for creativity. So I do all of those things. And then I also have a practical side too. I go to one of my wicked author friends and get help for plotting when I need it. So it's kind of a mix of the very woo and the very practical.
Right. That's perfect. And I will say, for those of you who are thinking, wow, that sounds like fun. Well, I would sure like to learn how to do that for myself. I have an amazing announcement for you, which is that the 3 of us together will be doing a workshop specifically designed for writers, and I believe that we are calling it Inspiration Awakening. I'm pretty sure that's the name.
Yes.
Inspiration Awakening, and it's all about kind of enlivening that writer within, tapping into that power that we all have to receive inspiration, to be able to channel it in a constructive way and actually come up with a book, not just have ideas, but to be able to take those ideas, first get them in the first place, and then a little bit about the next steps of how you turn those ideas into something concrete. And the three of us are going to be doing a workshop. And so I want to let you guys know about the workshop, because if you're interested, we cannot directly advertise here on the Psychic Playroom because, of course, it is a government sponsored thing and they don't feature like it turning into an ad. But we can give you all the information, and then you can write me at psychicplayroom@gmail.com, and I will post the address at the end of this little segment. And if you're interested in finding out more, you can write me. But Julie, if you would be so kind as to share the location of this event, where is it going to be?
Well, Carolyn, I'd be happy to. I also want to let folks know that this is going to be also about getting the blocks in that are stopping the muses from visiting. You know, somebody might have told you you couldn't write, or something happened to you at some point and you stopped writing. So we're going to be about unblocking as well. And it's going to be a great event. It's going to be at the Rockwell Theater in Davis Square on Sunday, October 13th. From 10 to 2. And so Carolyn will give you some more information, but we all believe strongly that, you know, writing is a gift and it's something people can do, and claiming yourself as the writer is an important step towards that. And so we welcome people to our to talk to us about it.
Oh, wow. Well, how exciting. Liz, anything you want to add? What do you think will be the most fun thing that people can get out of coming and spending their Sunday morning / early afternoon with us in Davis Square on the 13th of October?
We're going to have so much fun. We're going to do meditations. We're going to do exercises. We're going to have goodies for everyone who comes. So don't miss it. It's going to sell it quick. So make sure you sign up.
That's what I'm talking about. So there you have it. Inspiration Awakening, and I will be there as well. I'm going to be doing a segment on the writer as medium, since you know I'm a writer. And Liz, what are you going to talk about during this workshop?
I am going to talk about awakening your creativity, about how journaling and other spiritual tools can help, you know, bring those muses back, like Julie said, or summon them in the first place. And also about how self-care is so necessary when you are trying to be creative, and you have to take care of yourself or the muses aren't going to come.
Oh, true words. Julie, what is your segment going to be about?
Well, I'm working on a program called Muse Mapping. So it's going to be a sort of the what's your purpose, what is the journey that you want to put yourself on, and some of the practicalities of, you know, how do you write a book so that people want that information, and marketing, and also we'll be around to answer questions throughout the day, you know, about all sorts of things. So that's my segment will be about my Muse Mapping.
I'm telling you, it's going to be a power-packed, fun-filled workshop. If you are a writer or a creative person, or you've always thought, gee, I'd really like to write, but I'm just not quite sure how to get started, we're going to have a ton of helpful information. Or if you're a person who's already written some things, but you feel like you would like to go a little bit deeper, connect more with the inner spirituality that goes along with writing, all of that is going to be covered in our event. So one last time, It's called Inspiration Awakening. It is in Davis Square, Somerville. It is on the 13th of October, which is not very far away. So be sure to put it on your calendar. And to find, it's going to be from 10 in the morning until 2 in the afternoon. And you will need to get a ticket for this event. This is a ticketed event that you're going to need to purchase a ticket. And as Liz mentioned, it will sell out in a hurry. So if you want to find out more details, please write me, and I'm going to put the email below, but psychicplayroom@gmail.com. Ladies, thank you so much for joining me. It has been my great pleasure to have these two fabulous authors, and I hope that you come back and join us again on the 13th of October. Okay, so bye for now.
Goodbye. Thank you, Carolyn.
Bye.
So, wasn't that fun? Aren't you excited? Aren't you stoked? I certainly hope you are. I know that I am. So, now we come to that part in the program where I get to answer your questions. And as usual, we have a bunch of great questions. So I'm going to dive right in. As always, I've brought my Akashic Records Tarot deck, and we're going to jump in with the very first question from ZH. Now, the question is kind of a two-part question. The first question involves spiritual progress and spiritual work, and the second part of the question involves the tried and true question for many people, and that is romantic life. So first and my thought is, as I'm just kind of tuning in psychically, my thought is that these two things are not unrelated. They're always connected. There's always a connection between our spiritual life and how we approach things from the spiritual perspective and everything else that manifests in our lives. We live from the inside out, right? From the spiritual being that we are outward, and then like dropping a pebble into a pond, it ripples out into the rest of our lives. So let's take a look at spiritual progress, and I've been just kind of asking the cards, what does ZH need to know, highest and best information right now about spiritual progress and what issues may be facing her spiritually. And the card that I pull here is the Karmic Trench. This is very interesting. I don't know how well you can see it there, but there's a man who's basically kind of digging a ditch. Now, if you believe in karma, and the concept of karma means that the things that we've done, not only in this lifetime, but if you believe in it, previous lifetimes, all contribute to our current life situation. And I will say that I'm feeling for you that there are some things about which you have felt stuck for a long time and you have not been able to move past. And it may be that there is some sort of karmic destiny thing in that. But I want to encourage you because I feel the clouds breaking around this particular block and issue. And I do feel, I know that you specifically asked about your mystical career. I do feel you moving forward in the next 2 or 3 months as this block breaks up, because I do feel that there would be things where you would just try your best and nothing would shift no matter what you did. And there's a certain amount of the karma with that. Okay, regarding the love life, I'm bringing in here the King of Keys. Now, first of all, he's a king, he's a ruler, He is practical, okay? Keys are practical. They're concrete. They are not necessarily super talkative or super agile mentally. They're very pragmatic. They're very down to earth. They may even feel a little bit overly rooted, but I feel that a person such as this would be a great person for you to connect with uh, in this shifting time. I do feel that you're at a bit of a crossroads right now in which many old blocks and old things that have been there for a long time, and I'm talking years, are going to fall away and allow you to appreciate new people and new situations in your life. And this King of Keys might be the kind of person that perhaps in the past you might not have thought would be super romantic kind of person. He might not ride in on a white horse, although he is actually on a white horse here. So let me back up. He might not be the most dashing, but he will have a groundedness, a centeredness, a practicality, and a great sense of self that I think you are going to appreciate in a way that perhaps maybe a year or two ago you might not have. So I'm hopeful that this is helpful information for you, ZH, and please keep me posted on how things turn out with both of your questions. You can always write me at Psychic Playroom or hit me up on Facebook. All right. Our next question comes from CM. And once again, CM is asking about romance. Must be something in the air. The fall, chance to take in this full moon and that kind of thing. So, CM has asked, is it time to meet a new partner? And, what do I see regarding that? So, just going psychically for a moment, what I do see is, and I know this, so I'm just going to get it out of the way. There have been woundings, there has been painful situations and a difficult time and a lot of loneliness and also a lot of soul searching on your part. Did I do something wrong? Was it something I said type thing? And I think now at last you are ready to release that burden that you have been carrying of blaming either yourself or the other person involved for things that happen, and instead to just let all that drop and use the full moon energy to focus yourself in a new approach, new thing, new attitude, new person. And I do feel it's going to be a very good time for you to meet someone new. Let's see what the cards say. So, what does CM need to know about romance right now? What is in the highest and best interest to know? And I'm just spreading out the cards here. And we have here setting your course. All right. I don't know if you can see the card that well, but the guy is looking through the telescope. He's plotting his course. He's on a ship. He's getting ready to begin a journey. This is what I'm talking about. I really feel that up until now, there's been too much pain and too much difficulty for you to really think clearly and have a clear approach. Now you are ready to say, okay, the past is the past. What's done is done. I'm over it. I'm shedding it. You might even think about doing some little ritual for the full moon of just releasing. I'm going to release. Go to the ocean if it's near you and just allow yourself to release any old things and say to yourself, it's a new day. I'm making a new beginning, and I'm setting my course in a new direction. And I would say, yes, I see for you, and even possibly as soon as by Christmas, that there's going to be a new direction for you where romance is concerned. So I hope that's helpful. As always, please let me know how things work out when you ask a question. If you would like to ask a question of me, you can write me at psychicplayroom@gmail.com. And I look forward to seeing all of your smiling faces, or you seeing my smiling face, probably more accurate, on the next Psychic Playroom. And meanwhile, this is Carolyn Wilkins signing off for now. Thoughts are things with the energy to make life better for you and for me. Touch the light. I touch the light. Light, 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 oh, light, light, light.